Okay. Hey guys, I'm here right now at Mike Place, and he's a Mike Long, the co-founder of OMG Machines. So Mike, can you do a brief intro about yourself, man?
Sure. I don't know how brief I can be, but I'll try to be fast. I was a Magic the Gathering player, three-time world champion, and I got into internet marketing because I started a game store. And when I started my game store, I was like, "Oh my God, what did I do?" Like I had a big rent to pay and everything like that. It was 1998. It's the same year that Google incorporated.
Yeah.
And I decided to go online. It was a little bit of luck, right place, right time, because I was living in Charlottesville, which is Charlottesville, Virginia, which was a big part of the early tech movement. Back in the American Online days and stuff like that. For those of you who remember. Anyways, I got online. I got into e-commerce early. Wound up closing my game store when I was like really making like a lot more money online than I was with my store. And I started, just doing my own thing for a while with my game store. Eventually, I found out kind of about the internet marketing world. I went to a conference, and my now partner David Mills told me, take it really seriously. It could be a good opportunity. So I found out there was kind of like this underground world of affiliate marketing. And when I say
Right.
like a world of affiliate marketing or a world of internet marketing, what I mean is uh, I'm kind of talking about, in effect, the arms dealers, the digital marketing arms dealers that are explaining to everybody else. Obviously, when you go to any given website, the person who made that website didn't invent every idea about the
Right.
website. Like
True.
if they're using WordPress, somebody else invented WordPress.
Yeah,
If they
right.
right, if they have ideas about what the headline should look like, or if they're
Right.
using video, they didn't invent YouTube. They didn't invent so people have to kind of of course they can still be innovative, right? But
Right.
they're going to be using a lot of tools like today we have say ManyChat, right? Is
Right.
a fairly new technology.
Fairly new, yeah.
Well, how does that work, right? Well, someone's got to explain that. Anyways, I found out about this world of kind of internet marketing arms dealers, and I took to it kind of like a fish to water, especially because as I found out, I was really a lot more successful than a lot of even the biggest gurus that are out there, which I didn't know.
Right.
I had no idea. I was, in a lot of ways, confused myself. I was just getting started because internet marketing was very new. Anyways, a lot of people started coming to me and asking me to help consult with them on their business. They were wondering, hey, these moves that you're using to sell games online, could that be used for this launch? Could that be used to create a product about this,
Right.
or
Yeah.
whatever? And I really wound up having a lot of success with that. I did the first, I managed the first $1 million day launch back in 2004 for John Reese. And then in 2005, I launched Product Launch Formula for working with Jeff Walker,
Right.
behind the scenes managing that launch and doing the affiliate stuff for that. And then in 2006, I did the StomperNet $14 million day. I registered $10millionday.com
Wow.
3 months before that. And other people that are kind of sad, pathetic people try to take credit for it, but whatever. And then kind of went underground for a little while, did some stuff in the relationship advice space, took some time off. Then I came back into the SEO space.
SEO space, yeah.
Back in 2010, with me and David Mills did all this stuff together. But with a partner, Kelly Felix, who now owns Credit Secrets, one of the biggest, most successful internet marketing companies that's out there right now. Anyways, we launched something called Bring the Fresh that was about
Right.
search engine optimization.
Right.
I kind of wound up having an infomercial that was very, very successful testing. But we, rather than run the infomercial, we actually started something called One Man Gang instead.
One Man Gang, yeah.
Yeah, which is one of the things I'm most best known for. One Man Gang was built around Greg Morrison. It's about search engine optimization and how it really works.
Right.
And we have had great financial success ourselves,
Right.
and our members have incredible success. So
Right.
we've collected around $45 million. Around 30 million of that is in profit,
Wow.
all with free traffic from affiliates, and and then our members are just wildly successful. You actually met one of them, Michael,
Right.
Michael
Right.
earlier.
Yeah, Michael. Yeah.
We have over 1,000 members making $10,000 per month plus. I actually did a survey
Awesome.
recently. Yeah, I was just running the numbers on a survey. About 20% of our members that responded to the survey, around 500 people responded to it. About 20% of our members are making at least $100,000 a year, according to them.
Wow.
And about 10% of them have over $250,000 in savings, which I think is just tremendous. I'm very proud of them.
Cool.
With 3 members this year hit the Inc. 5000, including one that hit Inc. number 52. He's actually featured in the actual main Inc. magazine. So, it's been a lot of success. These days, David Mills and I are sort of like the effective CEO and CMO of OMG. And then from time to time, we do certain projects, like we're partnered with Ty Lopez and Alex Mayer on another great project called Alex Engine, and there's a few other things that we do. So that's gives you a kind of broad stroke sweep.
Yeah.
It's a lot. It's a mouthful.
So how did you learn SEO? Means when you started in 2010, okay, how did you learn SEO? You were following some blogs, some mentors at that time?
Actually, this is one of the great experiences about the whole thing is that, so again, I really started in 1998, and we started getting some amount of search engine traffic around 2000. But the only way, like I had the thought, like, well, there must be because remember, I'm a game store owner in this small town, so I was paying for like a Yellow Pages ad, but that didn't get us anybody. The only way that we really got people was walk through traffic and like an article that we got written up in, in the local paper, the Seaville Weekly, and then a small little event that we did. There was a kind of an after school club at one of the elementary schools, and we got together with those people, got a few students, and just did a really good job with them. So we were more attracting by word of mouth. When the search engines came out, one of the first big ones was Netscape.
Yes, Netscape. Yeah.
And I felt like, well, there must be like a way of getting listed in there. Like how does that happen? But what's fascinating is whatever traffic I got some traffic, of course, from the search engines, mostly at that time because I listed some of our products in a directory. But that was really stumbling around and getting lucky. In terms of, if you bring it up to speed with OMG days, really the way that we did it was we partnered with Greg Morrison, who's really, is one of the world's premier search engine optimization experts. He has over 1,000 websites that he runs all these split tests on, and so most of what I know, 99% of what I know about SEO at this point really comes from Greg Morrison, our partner on OMG.
Right. So what's inside OMG? If someone wants to buy your training code, what's inside OMG? So can you give me some brief about?
Sure. So OMG for 2019, I was actually just reading a write-up that Greg Morrison did about it. Greg has totally redesigned our SEO for 2019.
Right.
He's created what he calls the SEO Bible. So he's got 50 overall videos that he's recorded this year, all within the last 2 weeks. And it's all based on bleeding edge information. Greg is a multi-million-dollar affiliate marketer these days. He's his main markets he mostly sticks to is helping people beat addiction because he's a former heroin addict. So he's actually helped over 1,000 people recover from various kinds of addictions, from hardcore drug addictions all the way to beating smoking. So he's a really incredible person, and he really focuses on what works. We were talking about what happens when you go to the big companies that will talk about search engine optimization. They'll tell you, oh, it's about content, or they'll tell you, oh, there's 200 rankings factors. I think Search Engine Journal has a periodic chart, which is
it's like every expert is saying that there are some 200 ranking factors.
Right, and they're rankings factors, but it's such bad resource management. So, for example, if let me see, what would be kind of a good analogy? So if you wanted to cook a really good meal, right? You wanted to, but you really wanted it to be tasty, right? You're not much of a cook, right? If somebody handed you a 200-step recipe, it's going to be hard.
It's going to be overloaded.
Right. Whereas what if there was a 3-step recipe that would be really tasty, that would be essentially just as tasty as the 200-step recipe, right? That's really what OMG is about, because there really is just a 3-step recipe that boils down to, and I'll spill the beans on it, it boils down to anchor text, the URL, right, and the title tag of your website, and the relationship of those things. So the URL is the name of the website, if you're trying to rank for something involving dating tips. We just had Rob over here, who's made millions of dollars in the in the men's dating advice market, right? So if we wanted to be an affiliate for dating advice, then we might have a site called Dating Tips
For men.
something
like that.
datingtipsformen.org or something like that, and that would like open us up to all kinds of things. Or it might even just be dating tips datingtipsforeveryone.com, and then we might have slash Taiwan slash or Thailand,
yeah.
slash Puerto Rico slash whatever, and so that would be your URL string, like the name of the website plus if there's a slash to
Slash
it.
for different countries.
Does that make sense?
Of course.
Yeah.
So will it be difficult, because if I want to rank for different kind of keywords like dating tips for man, how to get a girlfriend, because these kind of keywords are very tough to rank on Google.
Right.
So what will be your strategy to rank for these kind of keywords, like how to get a girlfriend and these kind of keywords?
Right. So the first thing that you want to do, and again, I want to provide a lot of value in this interview. I know that I know there's a lot of information out there, but unfortunately, there's a lot of misinformation. And
True.
I'm somebody who's made millions of dollars. Like I've got so many ClickFunnels plaques that I don't even hang them
Yes.
up. Maybe at some point I should, just to like let people know what it really looks like. But basically, what it's about is the real key step is looking for a place where there's a lot of money, but where the competition isn't all these authority sites, right? So one of the things I mentioned during my Affiliate World Asia speech is that I've sold millions and millions of dollars worth of gold, both directly and through as a super affiliate. And I started exiting that market space when Google started putting more and more what are called authority sites.
Yes.
Yeah, up and near the top. So nowadays you'll see NBC will be up there, and
Forbes.
Motley Fool,
Yes,
Forbes,
yeah,
all this
yeah,
stuff like that.
yeah.
To where, like for Buy Gold Online, you'll have all of page one will be what would be called authority site 90% plus. So like Moz would rate them. This is one of the few good things that Moz does, is that they'll do a good job of telling you who has authority in the space, and that can be valuable, right? So what's Moz's authority rank, and that's based on how many thousands and thousands of backlinks they have. So if someone's in the 90s, right?
It's very high authority.
Does that make sense to you? Right. So what we want to do is we want to shoot for a market space where there's not all these authority sites. There might be one or two in there,
Of course,
but it's a mixture where you'll also see sites that really have much less authority. So instead of having hundreds of thousands of referring domains means different domains that are linking back to you.
Back to your site.
Right. Instead, you might have you might be competing with somebody who has 1,000 referring domains,
Right,
or only has
right.
50 referring
50,
domains.
yeah.
Right. That's somewhere where we're going to be able to move in with a quote unquote smaller website, a website that we're putting like a lot less money into, and it puts us in a much better position for success.
So do you think that domain authority and page authority really matters for ranking a website on Google?
Well, it does in the sense. One of the questions I got after my AWA speech.
Yes, yeah.
I got lots of questions.
Because your speech was pretty great.
Yeah, they told me I got more questions than anybody else. I don't know if that's the exact number, but I was really surprised, but I appreciated it. One of the great questions I got in is, what are the best TLDs? So we're getting a little bit down in the weeds right here where I say this.
Yeah.
TLD means top level domain, and what they're talking about is what extensions are good. So there's all kinds of things from .com, .net, .org, but there's like .us, there's .io, there's .info, there's all kinds of them nowadays.
Right.
.course,
Yes.
you name it, right? All kinds of stuff. .music, whatever the F, right? So one of the things I pointed out was, in America, you really want it to be .com, .net, or .org, or maybe .io.
.us can work?
It can work, right? But not nearly as much. Now something like .uk is much more likely to work. But in how to know, you'll learn a lot about Google. So how to know whether .uk is better? Well, the way to know is to look at the keywords you're going for. Like, so let's say you pick up a personal trainer client, and they want to pay you $25,000 for you to set up their SEO. You're going to set them up and then say, okay, peace out, buddy. Good luck. I hope you're the best, which is one of the things that we teach about in OMG. for 2019. One of our incredible player coaches, Fletch, has a whole end-to-end A to Z training module all about how specifically to charge $25,000 again and again, to one entrepreneur for a one-off package that you just do, wrap it up, hand it to them. It's a great package.
Right.
You collect your $25,000, put it in the old bank account, you're done. Okay, so let's say you have a client like that, and they're in Brighton, right? Like Michael, who you just met, is from Brighton.
Right. Yeah.
So they're a personal trainer in Brighton. So how to know should that personal trainer what website should they register? So one of the ways to know what TLD they should register is to actually just let Google tell you. So you go to Google and you type in personal trainer Brighton. And if you see a number of .uk's on there, then .uk is wide open. But if you don't see any of them, don't do it. Does that make sense?
Yeah. Okay.
Same thing with .ios worldwide. A .io, if you're in the tech space, a .io could be great.
Yeah.
Right? But let Google tell you. So let's say you have a SaaS, right? A software as solution, right?
Yes.
Where you teach people how to use Yardley Voyager. Yardley Voyager is a software that allows people who have real estate tenants to really keep them all organized, and maybe do some other stuff, but that's my understanding of it. So Yardley Voyager. So let's say you have a SaaS info product on Yardley Voyager, and you want to know whether you can register, Yardley Training, .io, whether that's going to be good. Well, go and type in Yardley Training or Yardley Voyager Training into Google and let it tell you. If you see one or two or three .ios on there, then .io is wide open. If you don't see them, don't register it.
Okay, that's the best way to go.
We're getting into training here. We're getting into some good stuff here.
So how big is the OMG database? Means how many users do you guys have right now?
We have around 1,000 members making over $10,000 per month. And many of that is can be much more than that. We like to keep ourselves underground.
Yes, I've seen it. Yeah.
I don't. I'm partners with Tai Lopez, but I'm not Tai Lopez. Tai's a tremendously talented person. Anybody could say that. There are bigger names in the internet marketing world. One of the things I learned from Magic, just as an aside, I'll tell you this: I was famous in Magic, and I hated it. Like I hated being famous. It just I was telling you this story about when I was on MTV, and I was thought wow, I'm gonna be on MTV and everything's gonna be watching you. Yeah, it's like the whole world's just gonna come to me and flock and it was like nothing like that. It was not even nothing happened. I was on. I didn't meet any music stars. Nothing. So I learned that there's just something and people would just gossip about me and stuff like that, which I for right or for wrong, I don't believe in gossip, but there's scuttlebutt in the internet marketing world. So
you want to be private.
It's for me, it's actually kind of just besides the point. I'm not I'm kind of underground by default, if that makes sense.
Right.
But not because I'm not hiding from anybody. I'm not trying to be all secretive. I give a big speech here or there at this event or that event, but I'm not. My friend Ryan Dice, he was a headliner at AWE, right? My friend Kevin David, who I brought him to AWA, and he was the big headliner there. That's great for those guys. It perfectly suits their personalities.
Right.
But me and David Mills, at this point, we've got our different kind of take on the world, or different direction that we're going with things. For us, we think a lot about resource management.
Right.
Where we're going to spend our time. When you and I are done wrapping up this interview, I'm going to head down to the lounge downstairs, and I'm going to pull out my laptop and I'm going to play some video games. I'm really going to enjoy it. And then when that's over with, we're going to go out. Out on the town here in this town that we're in with my girlfriend Cassidy. I think you're going to come along.
Yeah.
Rob, who's with us, is going to come out. That to me is kind of what I'm looking for. Is that's just kind of where I'm at, and that's really what we designed One Man Gang for. That's why it's called One Man Gang.
One Man Gang, yeah.
Yeah. So you're your own person who can sit just kind of behind the scenes,
working on the laptop.
Yeah, working on the laptop, just hey, everything else, when you're done with your work, but you've made a lot of money. You don't have to kiss somebody's butt. You don't have to
sure.
And that's really, again, with the thing with SEO, it can be so powerful, but it does. I really want to kind of stand up against. It's not bullying, but this idea 200 ranking factors. Who's kidding who? I was going to say to you, I mean, this is something that, like, I'm going to pull up a site, like, you know, we're not going to show it to here, but I want to show it to you, Jitendra.
Sure, perfect, no problem.
So if I like look up Miami SEO, right, then there's some sites here, whatever. But look at this site here. I mean,
Miami SEO bitch.
Yeah, this is a crazy ass site, right? We're just kind of clowning, like, in doing this. Like, when we make this site, we do stuff like this. You know, me and Greg do stuff like this to show our members you don't have to feel intimidated. Look at that.
Wow. Looks nice, man. Just, can I see this?
Yeah, you can show it to them.
Just so you guys can see it. I will do the screenshot, then we can place it.
Sure. It says, actually, yes. Why, yes, I am better at SEO than you are, my dear. That's why these folks are here. There's a little ditty. But again, a lot of what we're doing, this isn't to quote unquote prove we're better than this and that. You know, OMG is not about who's better. It's about profit. It's about return on investment.
Right.
And at some point, you know, maybe we'll even put on a webinar for your community. You know, really about the return on investment of search engine optimization, because it's enormous. You know, when I say my customers are making $10,000 a month, okay, well, great. That's gross, but what's the profit? Well, we found typically the profit is between 80 to 90% on doing the kind of SEO that our members are doing. Right. And so, you know, that's kind of where I'm coming from. You know, maybe I'm old fashioned, but I just kind of believe, like for me, it's not about, I'd say it's not about the fancy cars, but obviously fancy cars have, you know, the Lambos and all that kind of stuff. So that would be like a little disingenuous, but it's about the, you know, it's about the profit, and then it's about getting onto your quality of life, doing something that's ethical, that helps people out. So, you know, that's my standpoint. So
what kind of partnership you are going to do with Affiliate World people? Affiliate World Asia people?
Oh gosh, I don't know.
Because you're getting a lot of good response from your speech,
got a
right?
Good response.
Yeah.
Well, one of the things that we have been thinking about doing is, and it's going well. We've made some moves with this. Is we have been helping promote Stack That Money, STM Forum, which is kind of you know, the bulwark behind Affiliate World, but But yeah, there's a number of moves that we're kind of in discussion with Bessemer and Chris and the other partners at STM. I think that's probably the most I can say right now within like ethical boundaries. But I do like iStack. I like what they're doing. I think it's a great group of people, and you know, I love to help them grow.
Yeah, that's pretty awesome, man. Because your speech was very, very great, and people are asking you a lot of questions about SEO, because you told that 3 ranking factors, and everyone was shocked. Wow, there are a lot of ranking factors, but you said that, okay, 3 ranking factors are the factors that can help you to rank on Google.
Right, and we've shown this again and again. We have any number of sites that have, like you saw that Miami SEO bitch site. There's no content on that site. There's not 200 ranking factors. There's no social factors. There's no time on site. There's nothing. Like, all these things that they're saying are so important. Like, and also think about this. One of the things I said during my speech is that Google is an algorithm, okay?
Yes, true.
So if you're running algorithmic work, all right, so you're Google, right?
Right.
And you have to track 3 factors is one thing. If you have to track 200 factors, then remember, every single time that one factor changes, the relationship to all the other 199 factors would change.
Okay.
Like, think about what mayhem that would be. Like, and they're tracking like 1 trillion keywords. Like, Google has to. Like, they are listing like probably trillions of keywords, right? They're ranking so many different sites. They have to do it algorithmically. If they did that vis-a-vis 200 factors, then every time they made a slight adjustment to any of those 200 factors, then all the relationships to 199 other factors go ham, right?
Right.
And then if you do 2 of them, it's like, whoa,
it's
right?
Too much, yeah.
Right. That's why they boiled it down to 3. Now, which 3 did they choose and why? Let's talk about why it is that anchor text URL and title tag are the ones. And it's really kind of like anchor text URL and title, right? And then everything else, right? So anchor text URL, which I'm saying like really quickly together for a reason, that's the number 1 and number 2 based importance, if that makes sense. And why did they choose the URL and the anchor text of the links coming into your site? Because they're the hardest things to fake, right? You can fake time on site, Jitendra.
Of course.
You can fake followers. You can fake all that kind of crap. Like
Right.
you look at these.
True.
Like let's do some of these garbage factors that they're going to name. So I'm going to search SEO. So I'm searching SEO on my phone right now, and let's go over to. Let's see. I guess it's all right. Let's go to search engine land. All right.
Search engine land. Okay.
All right. So search engine land ranks along the lines of number one, and we're in Thailand, so it could be different in different places.
Results. Yeah. Okay.
Okay, so SEO explain. So this is what I was saying. Like this is the periodic trends of success factors.
SEO success factors.
Right.
Right.
So we've got quality, we've got research, we've got words, we've got fresh,
Groping.
we've got vertical, we've got answers, we've got thin, we've got cloaking, HTTPS, which is secure,
HTTPS, right, yeah.
URL, speed, duplicate, mobile, crawl, titles, description, structure, headers, stuffing, hidden, ads, piracy,
too
history,
much.
engage, authority, quality, tech. It's ridiculous, right? It's absolutely ridiculous. But like how does somebody come to terms with that? And every time one of these things changes, you're screwed. And yet I can show you site after site that Greg is ranked that has hardly any of these factors. And almost all of these factors. Is engagement easy to fake? Yes. Is quality easy to fake? Yes. Is text easy to fake? Yes.
Yes.
Numbers? Yes. Whether you run paid ads or not? Yes. Spam? Yes. History? Yes. All these things. Locality. Where is the site locally? Is that easy to fake? It's easy to fake. All these things. Shares. Is there anything more fakeable than shares?
People do it, yeah. I know.
And yet you're telling me that a critical, because if you say you put shares on your chart, you said it's there, you said it's important. If it's not important, then why'd you put it there? My periodic chart would be 3, anchor text, URL, and then I would put title tag somewhere below, right? But again, that has to do with what's fakeable and what's not. Google, if you're McDonald's, right? You're a multi-billion-dollar restaurant, right?
Yeah.
You've got to have a product that is tasty to your customers. Now, irregardless of the healthfulness of it, it's people's choice if they want to eat there, whatever.
Yeah.
I don't eat there, but they're going to make a meal that's going to taste good to people.
Of course,
and it's
yeah.
going to be freaking simple, right? They're going to have what? A patty, a bun, and some sauce.
Right.
That's it.
That's it. Right.
Right? Real simple. They might have little add-ons here and there, right?
Right.
And where are they making their money? 3 factors. Burger, fries, Coke.
Yeah.
That's where they're making their money,
True.
right? So think about yourself the same way. Why would you laden yourself with all these other issues? If you want to make a bunch of money, you want to get a bunch of traffic to your site, then do what actually works, which is what OMG teaches.
Right. One last question. What are your favorite SEO tools?
I'm going to borrow from Greg here. So I'm going to give you one tool, but I love it. Okay,
fine.
I do know others, but what I want to do instead is just zero in on one that I think you guys are going to love. It's amazing. Keywords everywhere.
Okay. Yes.
Amazing tool, and so underrated. Keywords everywhere is a tool that you can get access to very cheap, free, and it's going to give you so many more keywords. In fact, we even have if we do go ahead and do kind of something for your following, we'll even give them some location of some videos that Greg focused on with this. But regardless, you can look it up, keywords anywhere. Sure. And it's something that's going to give you lots and lots of juicy, because so much of what's going on with Google is that there's all these hard to rank for keywords that are very difficult, that you'd have to spend a lot of money if you wanted to rank for it. Whereas with some other stuff, you can spend very, very little money and rank for all these different money keywords that people are really searching for, they're really looking out for, really want to have success with. And so keywords everywhere is my recommendation.
Okay. Finally, last question.
Second last
Can we have a special offer for my readers for OMG?
We can. You twist my arm. We will do an event for your readers.
Okay. Thank you so much, Mike. Thank you so much.
Thank you so
really
much,
appreciate
Jitendra.
this.
And by the way, I want to give you a shout out. People don't know this, but Jitendra came all the way out, not just to Thailand for Affiliate World Asia to track me down, but then like everything went kind of ham and everything was so crazy. We tried to get an interview after my speech, but things were just going nuts.
I know.
And so I didn't expect it to be like that. So you tracked me all the way down to this other city,
Of course, yeah.
and just came out to meet with me to do this special interview.
Of course, yeah.
I see the caring that you have for your audience, and I really appreciate
I'm
that.
a real-time
I respect
hustler,
it.
so I just keep on track on all the big SEO guys. I know it.
All right, awesome.
Thank you so
All right,
much.
we'll see you guys on the inside.
Yeah, see you. Bye bye. Take care.